Welcome to another video from East Beds Bushcraft, the home of #survival.
Greetings bushcrafters and survivalists, it's Buzz here, and yes, it's another fun, well, hopefully fun noodle review. However, the other two haven't been particularly fun, because I must admit, with the super noodles and the pot noodle, both beef flavour, if I was presented in facing the apocalypse with just those to eat, do you know, I think I'd rather walk outside and take the full force of the nuclear blast, or if it's say 3i Atlas and the space aliens are landing, they can take me away, they might feed me better, or if it's a zombie apocalypse, well, you know, brains full of protein. Whatever your choice of apocalypse is, I wouldn't advise the beef flavours of super noodles and pot noodle, but this time I've decided to go for something slightly different. So I have gone for a 4-pack of MAGGI noodles. Okay, these I'll put the price in the description. These are curry flavour, so I thought, yeah, let's get away. Everybody likes a curry. I like a curry. Let's go for a curry. So let's open these up and get the packet out. Right now, let's have a look at the instructions, shall we? Because we're at camp. Okay, we want to make it easy. It says here, okay, break noodles into the bowl and add the flavour sachet. Sachet? Get my teeth in. I always say that. Sachet. Well, I'm at camp. I've got my Crusader kit. I've got my cooking pot, and I've got my plastic cup that comes with it. I now want to break my noodles into my plastic cup and boil my water in this one because I want to use this one. So I'm going to boil the water in this one and deviate from the prescribed instructions by putting the noodles in the boiling water when the water is boiling, which it nearly is. It asks for 250 millilitres of water, which is fine because if you've got a Crusader cup, it's just on the front. Okay, we are boiling, and then it says pour over the boiling water, leave for 3 minutes, stir and enjoy. So anyway, my water's boiling. Let's turn that off. Curry flavour, ready in 3 minutes. Okay, ready in 3 minutes. Let's open this up. First impressions are, it's very, very small. Okay, compared to others, very small. Now, I don't like to break my noodles up. I like my noodles to be like noodles should be. Long. I don't want to break them up and just have, like, you know, busted up noodles. So our water is boiled, we've put the noodles in, which means noodles normally soften up pretty quick. So let's just push those down into my boiling water. There we go. Flavour sachet. In it goes. Okay. Looks curry-like. There's a couple of herbs in there, it would seem. Okay. Just check the temperature of the handle. Handle's fine. Okay, let's push those down. And it says boil the water and pour it over the noodles and the flavour sachet and leave for 3 minutes. Right, that's in there. So 3 minutes. Let's go. There we go. We have 3 minutes. Our noodles should now, since they've soaked for 3 minutes, be ready to be enjoyed. I'm just looking at the packet here, and that's a big bowl of noodles they're shown on the front of there. I don't think there's as many noodles that are shown, but I think the advertising says that you've got to use the same amount of noodles or the same amount of food that's in the packet in your photo. So I wonder if they've kind of like stuck something underneath it and spread the noodles out. Anyway, it is a small packet, and just before I start eating them, let them cool down a little bit more. Packet of 4, £1.40, so that's what, 35p a packet. So it's on the bargain side, 35p a packet, compared to, I think if I remember, the super noodles and the pot noodles are about £1 a packet. So there we go. Right, they have been in there for 3 minutes. So to the camera, I don't know, without spilling it out. Look at that, there you go. noodles. I don't know if I need to leave these a little longer just to cool down, but let's give it a go. They look very hot. But you see what I mean? I like noodles that are not broken up and into pieces. You know, as I say, I've got a friend of mine who just insists all the time to break the noodles up. That's so wrong. I don't know. If you agree that you should break noodles up, put it in the comment. If not, tell me I'm right. Say that noodles should stay stringy. Well, it smells like curry. It smells. Let's see what it tastes like. Right. Okay. This is far nicer than the previous reviews of beef. Now, these noodles are firm, which I like. I've said that many times and I'll keep on saying it. But they're very thin as well. They're kind of like, right, I don't know. They're very thin noodles, and you can I get these from my local Chinese sometimes. I normally go for a migarin noodle, which is your standard noodle. I think they do one which is like a much thinner, like rice noodle. I don't know if it's a rice noodle, but these are certainly a thinner noodle, which I actually quite like. Makes a change. The flavour, when they say it's curry flavour, yeah, there's a small amount of dehydrated vegetables in there, just like a token couple floating around. We've got to get to the all important flavour though. Definitely Chinese curry flavour. Okay, so if you're used to going to your Chinese and saying, right, can I have some Chinese curry, rice, or if you go to maybe similarly, I'd say chip shop curry. So if you went to a chip shop and got yourself a portion of chips and asked for some curry sauce to go with it, that's the type of curry flavour we're talking about, which is quite pleasant. There's no spice to it, so anybody who doesn't like anything that's a bit hot, it's not going to be a bother. Anyway, I think you should let me chomp through these, and then we'll get back to the other important part, which is the noodle soup. Right, so we're back. We've still got some noodles in there. There you go, I don't know if you can see the noodle soup. The noodle soup is in there as well. Very pleasant. Not much to eat though. I mean, it is a very small packet. I could see me knocking back 2 packets of these compared to say 1 pot noodle. But saying that, that's 70p for 2 packets. Am I being greedy? I do not know. We're talking, you know, we're right on a wild camp. We're out there doing a bit of bushcraft. I've been working all day. I feel hungry. Maybe 2 packets. Yeah, who cares? It's you know, enjoy ourselves and have 2 packets of noodles. Or, as I say, it's the apocalypse, but I'm prepping and I want to save my stores. So, you know, I might just want to ration them out if that's the case. But everything so far is really nice. Apart from, I think the quantity is, for 35p, a little small. Now the noodle soup is really nice. No grittiness at the moment. Nice curry, that chip shop Chinese curry flavour. Right, just getting down to the last noodles at the bottom now. I will say they're not as easy to get on your spork as the other ones. And pleasantly, no grit at the bottom, because you do get that with some instant noodles. So, Maggis. I think for a quick and easy meal. You know, boil your 250 millilitres of water up, no time at all. 1 flavour sachet, curry flavour. Yeah, I like them. Unfortunately, the pack size is a little bit small from Mr. Greedy Guts here. So, but then again, you know, who cares? I'm just out, I'm having a snack. So, yeah, I like them. Not blow my socks off, but I shall give these a rating of, I think, about 6. They are above average. So I'm saying if 1 is crap, 10 is superb, 5 is average. I actually think for 35p a packet, Maggie's noodles, yeah, punching just above their weight, above average. I like them. Chinese curry, chip shop curry flavour, go for it. Tell me what you think in the comments, and I shall catch you for another noodle review soon. See you in the next one.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video and subscribe to the East Beds Bushcraft channel. See you all again soon.